this is gonna be rough. Hi, I'm Kate and welcome to my channel. So apologies for my voice. I've been sick for several days. Can't talk much without being thrown into a coughing fit, but we're gonna try this anyways because I'm too excited not to. So I just received the new Black Moxy palette. So this is in collaboration with PixxieGlow. Beautiful little 9-pan palette. Definitely my kind of color story. I'm super excited about this. I did swatch it yesterday. I'll probably just post a picture of the swatches instead of live swatching here, but these were just one dip swatches. I will swatch this shade though. I mean, look at that. It's like purple and blue and greenish gold, like so shiny and fun. I don't know if I'm gonna go quite that bold today. I have no idea. We'll see. I'm also super excited about this iridescent shade. Another super pretty one. Now, if you follow me on here or on Instagram, you know that Black Moxy is one of my favorite brands. I have lots of Black Moxy products, so I'm just gonna run through those right now so you can love this brand the way that I do. I have the Pastel Obsessions palette, beautiful. I have the Potion palette, which is a little more neutral leaning, but with some really fun pops. And then I have a whole bunch of their singles, so this is what I have for singles from Black Moxy. She regularly has like a $5 Wednesday sale, so if you're looking for some good fun singles, these are beautiful. In my like highlights from my stories on Instagram, I have a lot of swatches of quite a few of these shades, or if you want recommendations, just ask. This is definitely one of my favorite like singles collections that I have as well. And then of course, newest to me is the Boundless Bloom palette. So I'm already all primed up. Trying something new to me for primer. This is from Cosmetics. They're a super affordable indie brand. So this is the priming cream shadow and I have it in white. I've been using the Ulta primer, which I really love, but the nude color is even a little dark on me, and since I kind of want to play with like the light purple and stuff, I just wanted to go a little brighter. And it's a gloomy, rainy day, so I have no natural light. So we'll see how this goes with some new lights. So I'm thinking for this video, I'll try to do a couple looks. I really want to play with this really pretty purple and the iridescent shade together. I think something more like kind of grungy green neutral, something really bright and bold with that first shade. I will say when I swatch the mattes, they're very soft. Like I swatched this dark blue and it gets very thick and creamy. It did like fall off my finger a little bit. I think I just swatched a little too hard, but the mattes are just super, super pigmented, which is awesome. I'm excited to see how they blend out on the eye. So we'll see. I don't know how bold I'm gonna go today. So I think I'm gonna start with that light purple and I'm just gonna start to build that up in the crease. See what I mean about pigment? Like I barely put it down and it's beautiful. That's a pretty shade. I don't do a lot of purples, but when I do, this is the kind of shade that I like. Really nice mirror in the palette too. All right, well that's pretty. It's a really pretty shade. I don't want to dip into the dark blue today, or do I? All right, I think I'm gonna go into the dark matte blue and just kind of pop that on the outer corner a little bit. I'm gonna be really careful with this shade because it's really kind of crumbly. Look at, I mean, I barely touched it and lots of pigment. I'm just gonna kind of buff that out here. I don't want to pull that too far in. I am getting some fallout from that blue, but I do my eyes first, so it's not that big of a deal for me. Now look at all that pigment when I barely tap it. If you're looking for super pigmented mattes, all of Black Moxy's palettes are fantastic. All right, and I'm gonna go back into the purple and just kind of redefine that and blend out the blue. Don't want to lose that purple. Then just kind of blending out the edges out here. I'm clearly not going anywhere today because I'm sick, so it doesn't matter how bold I go. All right, so we got some purple and blue going on, which I feel like normally I would be one to dip straight into the greens because I really like the look of this grungy green and the teal and the gold together. Maybe I think that maybe tomorrow that'll be my look. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and cut the crease. I'm gonna try to do it with the Moira stuff and see how it goes. All right, I went ahead and cut the crease using the Moira cream shadow. I think it worked well. It gives me a nice light canvas to work off of. And then I think I do have to dip into that really super multi-chrome shade and the iridescent shade. So I'm gonna start with my finger with this shade here, and I'm just gonna tap that kind of out here. Oh, that's a really pretty, unique shade. Blee and blue and teal. So just kind of like that. And I'm dragging it in just a little bit. So I left a little room on the white for the iridescent shade. For the next shade, I am gonna take a brush. So I'm dipping into this shade right here because I want to follow that cut crease line. And then I'm gonna kind of, that's really pretty and kind of glowy. And then I'm gonna blend it into that first shade. That's pretty. This applies really well with a brush. A lot of times, find shades like this, I have to use a finger to get the impact I want. I don't know what you see, but for me, it looks like very glowy. All right, well, this is bold and fun. So again, Black Moxy shadows just blend really well too. So that was pretty quick and easy. I'm gonna go off camera and do all of my face stuff, and I'll come back to finish up the eyes. All right, I'm back. All my face products are on, using all my usual stuff. All right, I'm gonna go in on the waterline just with an Urban Decay waterline pencil, probably off camera. I don't usually go in with black on the waterline, but I feel like this look just called for dramatics. All right, I'm gonna dip back into the palette, into that really dark blue, and I'm just gonna pop that on the lower lash line. And the pigment. Beautiful thing about Black Moxy shadows, these are gonna work on any skin tone. They are so rich and pigmented. And her shimmers are always like super soft and buttery, so they're just super impactful. Hence why I have so many singles. All right, so there's that navy blue. I'm gonna dip back into the purple and just kind of buff that right on the edge. And then for the inner corner, I'm gonna go back into that iridescent shade and just pop that in the inner corner and a little bit underneath. All right, I'm loving this already. Is this a non-biased review or is it a love note to Black Moxy? You decide. All right, so I think I'm gonna stop there with eyeshadows. I'm gonna go off camera and do some liner, mascara, find a lip, and I'll be back. All right, I'm back with the finished look. What do we think? I really like this. I don't do a lot of purples or blues, but I really like this. I did this look today because I'm not going anywhere. I go bright and colorful to work, but maybe not this like bold and sultry. I think I'm gonna dip into the greens tomorrow, so we'll see. I'll try to film. It's a Monday morning, but we'll see. So again, for this look, I used these two mattes right here, and then I used this shimmer and this iridescent shade. So 4 out of the 9 shades today, not bad. And I'm thinking tomorrow I'll more stick in kind of these ones, but so far so good. I mean, Black Moxy's mattes are so pigmented, but they blend really easily. You can really pack a punch, and I love how that iridescent shade laid down and kind of carved out the cut crease for me today. Obsessed already, if you can't tell. Again, like, I don't think I'm gonna be super unbiased with Black Moxy products. I love the brand, I love the owner, I love everything about Black Moxy. So, but I mean, the proof is in the performance. Not a makeup artist, and these shadows are super easy to use, even for me. So here's the first look. I think this will just be 2 looks in a video. I don't know if we'll see. I want to get it out fairly soon. So yeah, here's the first look, and next up is look number 2. So I'm back for look number 2. It's like 6 o'clock in the morning on a Monday. Bear with me. So back to work today for the first time in like almost a week since I've been sick. I really want to stick around with some of these greens and teals today. Maybe dip into this really pretty gold shimmer. It's really pretty, like a soft, I don't know, kind of greeny gold. So since it's a work day, I'm gonna do a really simple look, but I'll just be able to test out a few more shadows. So I'm gonna dip into this green right here, and I'm just gonna start to put that right into the crease. And this is my kind of shade. I love kind of these pukey, grungy greens. So I'm kind of packing it in there on the crease, and then I'm just gonna blend it out. It's a really pretty shade, and it blends out really easily too. You can see I've kind of diffused the edges there. Alrighty. This shade doesn't have as much fallout as the dark blue. When I swatched it, that was kind of the most soft and crumbly shade. Alright, so there's the green laid down. So I'm gonna grab a much smaller brush to dip into the teal with, which is this shade right here. And I'm just gonna kind of follow the crease with that and then pop that out here. And then build it up on the outer corner a little bit. So just really trying to build up that depth. I'm gonna be probably doing a cut crease. I wanna have that out here a little bit. So kind of pack packing it in and then blending it out. All right, and then I'll do the same to the other side. This shade is also super, super pigmented. So you want to go kind of slow building up shades like this. That's very green and bold, which I like. I'm gonna go back into the first green and just buff out the edges of that darker shade. Then I'm just gonna take a fluffy brush with nothing on it to just really buff out those edges. I just don't want like a harsh looking line out here. All right, so that's what we got. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and cut out the crease and I'll be right back. All right, that's definitely not the neatest cut crease I've done, but it is what it is. So I think I'm gonna start by dipping into the teal and just putting a little bit of that on the outer part. Just dipping in with my finger, kind of blending the cut crease into the dark matte out there. I'm not gonna do a lot of this shade, just really concentrating it out here. All right, and then I'm gonna go in with a really flat brush with that gold, and I'm gonna build that on the rest of the lid. Really pretty because it just looks like a soft gold in the pan, but then on the eye it just has, I don't know, almost a little bit of a greenish, not quite green, but more unique than just a regular gold. I'm gonna pull that through the cut crease and then blend it into that teal shimmer. All right, so that's what I have so far with the lid. So as of now, I've used every shade in the palette except for this brown, which looks like a really pretty warm brown. I wonder if it's similar to any of the ones in the Potion palette. So in the Potion palette, I have this brown and this one. And then the one from the Boundless Blooms palette is right here. I don't know, kind of a similar feel, just with that warmth, but definitely different, kind of in between those two. You can see how pigmented those mattes are with one swipe swatches. Wow. So I don't know, maybe I'll pull that brown in on the lower lash line a little bit today so that I can say I've used every shade. With the lids, I'm gonna stop here and I will come back to finish up the rest of the eye after I put my face on. All right, I'm back. I have all my face products on, ready to dip back into the eyeshadows. So I feel like normally I'd go in with that dark teal again on the lower lash line, but I also want to use the brown. I don't know if that's gonna go with the look. Let's try, see what happens. So I'm gonna dip into that brown. I have a really skinny, flat packing brush. I'm just gonna start to put that under the lashes. And then kind of blend that up into the other shadows here. Okay, that works. Then I'm gonna dip into the first green and just kind of go on the edge with a little fluffier brush. I'm gonna go in the waterline just with a black pencil. I mean, I love it so far. Not surprised, these are my colors. I love greens so much. It's a little bold for a Monday. So I think I'm done with the eyeshadows. I'm gonna go off camera, do some eyeliner, mascara, find a lip, and I'll be back with my final thoughts. All right, and I'm back with the final look. For lips today, I went in with a ColourPop liner, and then this is one of their glossy stains in the shade Sugar Snap. So just kind of a nice neutral lip. This is definitely more of a me look than yesterday's like purpley blue one. I love greens, and these greens in this palette are fantastic. So I have used every shade now in this palette. I do feel like I need to do a look that features the brown a little more versus just a little under the lash line. But for being just a 9-pan palette, this has a lot of variety. I mean, you have purples, you have blues, you have teals, you have greens, you have golds, you have browns, you have these multi-chromes here that are really fun and pretty. So I think I'm gonna stop this video at just 2 looks, but if you wanna see more, I'm sure I'm gonna be dipping into this more on my Instagram. I also think they're opening another pre-order. I don't know if it's already open or closed by the time this video comes out. I do have a code with Black Moxy. It is Kate15, Kate with a C. It's not affiliated, so I don't get anything off of it, but you save a little bit. Definitely keep an eye out for their $5 Wednesday sales. It's a really great deal for their singles. Like I said, their singles are some of my favorites in my collection, but I'm really excited to add this palette to my little Black Moxy family. It is beautiful. So thank you so much for watching my video. I hope you enjoyed it. Please like, subscribe, leave a comment. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon.